Back to Hannity. Reaction from Republican lawmakers is pouring in regarding the scandal involving the IRS and its admission that they've targeted conservative groups and subjected them to higher scrutiny. Now, earlier today, Chairman of the Republican National Committee, Reince Priebus, called for immediate congressional hearings. And here with reaction from the Tea Party News Network, Scottie Hughes, and Fox News contributor Jedediah Bila. All right, Scottie, this obviously affects the Tea Party. Tea Party, word patriot. When did that become, I guess, a word that needs scrutiny? So we now have a political operation here targeting people for their belief system.
Oh, completely. And what the question here is, just like you pointed out in your last segment, Richard Nixon has to be up in heaven shaking his head going, what else is it going to take? This man was removed from office for a crime committed so far down the chain, and yet here with the Obama administration, we've seen Benghazi, we've seen Solyndra, we've seen Fast and Furious, and now this, yet we have no clue where the buck stops with the Obama administration. And now he's dictating what words are actually criminal. Where does it end? Well,
the president once joked about auditing his enemies, Jedediah.
That's exactly right. And I wonder what caused them to come out with this now. I know that Landmark Legal put some pressure on them in 2012. You'd have several groups that have come forth, Tea Party groups, saying, hey, we're getting all of these questionnaires. We're getting all of these paperwork, all this paperwork. We're getting all stuff that's meant to stymie what we can do. Remember, this was during an election season when these Tea Party groups were pivotal to the grassroots, pivotal in terms of getting people excited. And this is what was being done to prevent them from doing what they do best, which is to get people excited.
See,
and get people out to vote.
You raise up a good point here, and I'll say this. I want to make a prediction, and this prediction is, I think, everybody out there, let me predict, between Benghazi, which has now become a major scandal, and this issue involving the IRS targeting conservative groups, here's my prediction. Just like when they came out with the news about women in the military, expect an attempt by the White House to shift the nation's attention, right or wrong.
Shift it toward what, though? I mean, he's running out. Barack Obama is running out of places to shift the attention.
They'll find something. They'll make it up.
National security, disaster.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's he going to shift over? To jobs in the economy? He's been a disaster for that. Every area right now that he could shift to is a problem for the administration.
The media loves them.
That's true, but now you even see people in the media. I was watching a panel over on another network that loves to praise Obama, even coming forth and saying this Benghazi stuff is out of control. He is running out of outlets.
All right, well, that's good to know. Scottie?
I agree with Sean. I agree with Sean. We've seen it time and time again. The way Obama deflects from one scandal is going to another. And at this point, who would have thought that we would actually see the IRS being Obama's henchman? Yet that's exactly what's happened. So we don't know what creative minds people like Jay Carney and Rahm Emanuel have created for our next scandal.
They're going to find a distraction. And they're going to. And the other thing they do is they stall, they delay, they don't hand over documents, and then all of a sudden, after they delay for a period, we've already discussed these things, which is their tactic.
Let's also remember that everyone who was talking about this, Mark Levin, et cetera, we were labeled conspiracy theorists. No. We were told, oh, you guys are making this stuff up, some sort of right-wing conspiracy. Well, guess what? Now it's being justified. Now you have the IRS coming out and saying, yes, we did do this. Yes, we did target Tea Party and patriots. What are you looking for exactly?
The Landmark legal brief was just brutal, and it was sent to the right person, and that is the Treasury Inspector General for the Tax Administration.
Right.
And which led to this, and then the Tea Party groups also got representation as well. I guess
we've known about this.
Go ahead.
We've known about this for 3 years, Sean. I'll be honest with you. We have known that this has been going on. My sister organization, the TeaParty.net, for 3 years have been trying to apply for 501c4 status. They had to provide their donor list. They had to provide any emails that they've sent for 3 years, and that status has not been granted yet. And this is just one of 100, and let me do the math correctly, one of 100 organizations that are going through this scrutiny. I think this is going to go deeper and deeper and deeper. But once again, I think I'm going, what scandal are they going to use to cover this up? Because this is obviously possibly something they're using from Benghazi.
Yeah, but they do this at low-level people. You know, they're going to throw this one under the bus, that one under the bus.
Yes, but every president has a legacy. And it may not hurt him now, but eventually people are going to look back on this presidency and they're going to say, as far as jobs, it's a failure. As far as national security, it's a failure. Now you're targeting different groups that you don't agree with. That's not acceptable. He will be held accountable. Whether or not he will be held accountable now, I'm not sure, but history will hold him accountable.
Yeah, let's see Jay Carney lie his way out of this one. I mean, that's going to be pretty interesting, Scottie, right? What does he say at this point? You know, he's actually going out there saying, well, it's not part of the administration and the Bush administration. I mean, he sounds like an idiot.
He needs to go take a civics class or actually just listen to your show. We know that the Obama administration rewrites history. We're going to see this rewritten. And if this doesn't end up, it's just a side footnote, I'll be really surprised.
All right. I can promise our audience the following. Thank you both for being with us. That we're not giving up on Benghazi. We're not giving up on conservative groups targeted because of their viewpoints.